What's up? What's happening, everybody? Hey, Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405. All right, and I'm sounding fine. I'm not being robotic. Sorry that I am late. I had a good reason for it. My father-in-law needed to borrow my truck, so for a Halloween church thing, whatever. And so I was like, so he was like, you know, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Yeah, so 5 minutes turned into 35. So that's why I was like, let me just go ahead and just wait. And so it was a good thing that I didn't kick off early, or I would have been doing a stream and yeah, my wife couldn't do anything, but she's in a meeting, and so I had to wait until he got here. So anyway, so hopefully that those children will have a good time, because he's getting some floats or something. I don't know, whatever, but it is what it is. I hope he fills up the tank. That'd be good. Anyway, he probably won't, but that's all right. I'm over half, but I still hold on. Should I have requested a full tank? No, I'm just playing. Anyway, let me just get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live, and we have some things that we definitely need to discuss today. I guess I'll just start off with the Halo news, and then we'll move on to the other pressing stuff that's been going on this weekend. Now, again, I have kind of been out of the loop. What's up? I'll be kind of out of the loop because I've been playing this, and you see in the background, I've finally got done with it. I've been savoring Ninja Gaiden 4. I've been savoring, like, I'm sometimes I'll play some games and I'm just nonstop, but I've been had so much fun with it. I'm like, oh, I don't want this to end, so I kind of wait. And then I wait. Then I'm like, okay, let's get in. And then I get mad at myself, like I should have been on this earlier. And anyway, I've been savoring it. The game is absolutely fantastic. I give it a 9 out of 10. For a Ninja Gaiden title, it is very Ninja Gaiden, but just on a whole nother level. Man, you know what? I'm going to have to give Platinum Games a lot of credit for this. They put they foot, hands, feet, and ass all in this into this combat. I mean, you know, some people, you know, may drop it because of the kind of linear aesthetic, but that's just how Ninja Gaiden is. So what makes Ninja Gaiden, or Ninja Gaiden, however you want to pronounce it, it's the combat, and the combat in this game is absolutely stellar. Like I said last week, this game is on par, if not some cases better, than Black Myth Wukong. And Black Myth Wukong was my game of the year last year. So now, am I claiming this to be my game of the year? No, but goddamn it, this game better win action game of the year hands down. This game is outstanding. Combat is delicious. Look at this. Anyway. Okay, Fahim, we about to get into it. Let's say he says, "Oh, I'm excited to see you talk about the personal attacks." Yeah, no, we'll definitely get into that. That ain't going to be the first one. That's going to be the next topic, because it's kind of coincide. I'm going to talk about the Halo stuff first, and give you my thoughts about it. First off, I will say this: it was very cringe-worthy to see. Because I was watching the championships, it was fun. You know, I sit there and I did play a little bit of Halo Infinite. I see now that I have no choice but to play some Halo Infinite, because they have finally given the redheaded stepchild some love. They have armors for Halo 5. Even gave a little story tidbit. That I thought that was cool. I wish that they would do that into like a sequence, because they usually would do those sequences. Now again, I haven't played it since it was announced about the Halo 5 skins, but it has to be purchased. It has to be got. You know, hashtag save lock as always. So with that being said, the one cringeworthy thing was seeing, because we all knew that the announcement for Combat Evolved remake was going to be announced, was dude wearing a PlayStation shirt. It gave me Zen Zampella vibes when he did that with Titanfall 2. And we know how that played out, right? Not saying that Titanfall 2 was not a good, solid shooter. It was great shooter. But the whole overcating the wearing the play like bro, just announce it and keep it pushing. Anytime that like I didn't see Xbox shirts. Now I did see the devs come out and be excited for Helldivers 2 to come over to Xbox and show some love. But bro, what are we doing? Like, you work, and I get it, but it's all supposed to be in love with it. But that was really cringeworthy. I did not like that. I didn't like that at all. Announce it, sit there and say that we want PlayStation gamers to be a part of the Halo family, and that's fine. We all knew that this was coming. We knew this was coming. Project Latitude. Once we seen Forza come, we knew everything else was going to come. It's just that simple. So for anybody that still acted surprised as though that they didn't know that shit was coming, stop it. Stop it. You're on some bullshit. We know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Even you know it, right? So don't do that. Now, with all that being said, it looks good. I mean, listen, this is my thing. I want something new from Halo. I don't want to keep because look, to me this is just kind of like a PlayStation kind of love letter thing, like how PlayStation does this shit, just remake after remake. I don't want to. We've already had it. We just had it 6 years ago. Well, what? No, it was longer than that. With the Master Chief Collection, with enhancements, a couple of years after that. I've been there, done that. I know that there's three extra missions, and yeah, will I play it? Of course I am. It's Halo. But do I care that much? I'm going to play it, right? But I am not overly stoked about it. It looked good, but it's been there, done that so many times. I've played Halo games so many damn times. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, between Combat Evolved and which was probably my most played game, that 2 and 5, just reckless, just reckless time into those games, but more so Combat Evolved, right? Like so I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad or disappointed about it. Like, these are the things that it really cracks me up, because there are people out there that really want you to be absolutely shit faced angry about these moves, and I'm just not mad about it. I don't care. Like, I mean, while all that was going on, I was playing this. And I'm sitting here like, man, I'm playing this shit on Game Pass right now. I mean, Phil delivered. I've been asking for this game. Not saying that I'm the one that got this game going, because there's been thousands and thousands of people been asking for another game. But I mean, but for Microsoft to fund it, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, to get it all complete. Give me that Killer Instinct, which I know that they're working on, or in the process of working on it, and let's give me some Lost Odyssey or something of that nature, Blue Dragon, something like that, and then I'm good. I'm not asking for nothing else. Oh well, I need lips. I do need lips, but other than that, I ain't asking for nothing else. Xbox has been provided. Like, you know what I mean? I'm getting the fighters. We're getting the Japanese titles. We're getting Western RPGs. We're getting all different types of content. Hell, I mean, I don't. This is just content after content after content. But I'm sitting here while other people were on the net wanting Xbox gamers to be pissed off. I'm over here enjoying the shit out of gaming right now. Like, I mean, I'm like, it's just been absolutely God tier. Like, I'm like, oh, Ninja Gaiden's here. This is so sweet. I love this new character, Raven. I'm just digging this whole game thing, just with what's going on with the story. Story is not like the most epic of all time, but it's really dope. It's just good. It's just a damn great hack and slash. I'm just glad the hack and slashes are back. And I'm sitting here like I'm not mad about it. You know what I mean? Like it's what we've known for this to come once. Yes, you can jump on Phil for saying, hey, it's only 4 games. I get it. I guess Kids Move did a diss track or something. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's they business. That shit is well beyond me now. I'm sitting here, I'm playing these motherfucking games. That's what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying what's happening. My Xbox still turned on. My goddamn PC Xbox app still turned on. The games are still there for me to play, either on my Xbox or on my PC. I'm over here enjoying Play Anywhere. I'm over here playing Battlefield. I'm over here playing COD. I'm over here jumping around. Outer Worlds 2 I already had it pre-order, but I thought I was going to have this beat. Not pre-order, but had the early edition. I already thought that I was going to have this beat, but like I said, I was savoring this game, savoring Ninja Gaiden, because I didn't want it to end, because I'm loving this shit. So yeah, that's definitely another playthrough of this. Once I go through Outer Worlds 2, and like I said, when you got situations where it's back to back to back to back, like there's no rest, because not only you got the first party jumping off, but you also have your third party, which, like I said, you got my Mads, my college footballs, my NBA 2Ks, which is really good this year. You know, and then there's games that I picked up that I haven't even booted up yet. Like, well, I'm lying, I did boot up the Beast, Dying Light the Beast. And I went ahead and did it. I said I was, and I've slowed down. I haven't gone crazy like I normally do, but I couldn't resist. I don't know what it is about that damn Bloodlines Masquerade, but I wanted it. I said, look, it's probably going to be absolute garbage, but you know what? I'm going to risk it all. So I risked it all. We'll see. I'll show gameplay of it once I start playing it. But anyway, my game, just the gaming flow right now has just been absolutely delicious. I'm sitting here like, man, these fools is out here tripping over this shit, over a game that's like 20 some years old, bro. Like there's people that even that wasn't even born when Halo 1's coming on here, and you're talking about, and Xbox has already made it clear what they're doing. Everywhere's an Xbox. So stop bitching and play some goddamn games. Bro, there's heat everywhere. There's just absolute heat. Now, maybe not if you're just the only PlayStation first party gamer. I can understand that would be depressing, and that's why I would only want to talk about Xbox in a negative light, but still begging for their games or their funded games as well, because it's not, I get it for them. But for me over here as an Xbox gamer, yeah, the change is not ideal for me, but if the trade-off is for me getting the content that I'm getting right now, look at this shit. Look at this, man. Look at me cooking right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this Ninja Man. Play this Ninja Gaiden, man. Get you some Game Pass and play this. Or just go buy it. Cooking. Look at this game. Man, how could any gamer be pissed off at this point in time right now with all the good juicy gaming stuff we have? That's how I just look at it. That's how I looked at it this weekend, other than the crazy shit that I read and heard Sunday. Anyway, that's the thing to me. Like, okay, so the Halo thing, like I said, I played Halo Evolved so many times, the 3 missions. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna co-op. I'm gonna have fun. I know I'm gonna have fun. It's Halo. It's the most unique. It's the most unique shooter out there. There's nothing like Halo. Many have tried. Halo is still the test is still defying the test of time. It's not as big as it used to be, but hell, what game is? You know what I'm saying? PlayStation's #1 selling game is not as big as it used to be. It's still popular, but it's not as popular as it used to be, and that's Gran Turismo. So I mean, damn, you got to, if any game that has that's been in that's any franchise game that's been out for 20 plus years, that's a testament. You know what I mean? Like, that's just saying that those are elite games. From the Zeldas to the Marios to the Halos to the God of Wars to, Last of Us is not 20 years yet. But I mean, if they keep doing these remakes, they're gonna burn out the Last of Us fans out. They better sit there and hurry up and come with 3. But I mean, Uncharted is Uncharted. I don't think it's 20 years yet. Might be close though. But regardless, like those games that stay relevant to some degree, that is a testament to great work, regardless of how many people bitch and complain and moan about weird things and not want games to be modern. Other than that, Halo is still defying the test of time. And do I look and see this game selling well on PlayStation? I have no idea. I know that it's a big talk about, from all over the place. I've seen from the PlayStation community. I don't know if it's more of the shock of Xbox just throwing it out there, or if it's just the fact that they are legitimate people that love Halo, and they're like, whoa, I can finally play it on a PlayStation. It is what it is. I mean, it's no different than when, and I will say when, because it's going to definitely happen, when Xbox gamers will be able to play play God of War or Uncharted or any Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever. But let's just say God of War on Xbox. It'll be pure excitement for to play, because I'm telling you, playing God of War on an Xbox controller, Elite controller at that. Oh my God, it's delicious. It's fantastic. I know that the DualSense have these little things. I remember playing Horizon, and you had the cool little sound effects and stuff that came out of the speakers and stuff like that. That's cute, but I'm talking about like control aspect. Like the Elite is just the creme de la creme of controllers, man, in my opinion. So yeah, it's just what it is, man. And I'm like, I understand it, for the console war aspect of it, it's a good gloat. And I know that there's some out there was talking about the 10 Horizons, 5 Horizons, or some crazy shit like that. But let me just make this point to you very, very plain and simple. You've wished for this, but you might not like the outcome of how this is going to play out. I'll get to that here in a minute. But this whole thing about what Microsoft being complicit, Microsoft has got a strategy. The one thing that we've all been asking for is these console makers to be different. And that's what we want, right? We don't want all these consoles to be the same. See, that's the thing this is what this was. Like, the 360 was so unique that PlayStation gamers was trying to come with every reason to sit there and to hate on the 360. There was no way you could, right? Like, so deep down, they love the 360. They came out and they come and tell the truth about it now, but they couldn't say shit about it then. And the Xbox One, regardless of how divisive it was for some of the situations that was going on at the time, it was a unique console. So much so that there was all this bullshit talk about, TV, who wants TV, when everybody I see now, especially these content creators that was bitching about it, loves TV. So there you go. So much so that PlayStation is TV. It's a console, TV, it's all that. So what Xbox is trying to go with this whole situation is, and people want to call it not Xbox, want to call it Windows gaming. That is absolutely cool. That's fine, because what you're doing is bringing something to the table that we have never seen before in the console space, just like we seen when PlayStation dropped the PlayStation 2 and how that rolled in, how Dreamcast rolled in, how the OG Xbox and how the 360 rolled in. I mean, even with GameCube, how odd that thing was, it was cool. But then, you even got to go back to something like the Panasonic, the 3DO. That was something that we've never seen before in a gaming space. So what needs to happen in the gaming structure is uniqueness amongst all three of these consoles. And I think that way Xbox is going is like, listen, we're going to have this hybrid. This is where we're going. We're going to make Xbox into Windows. we're gonna tread this line. And I said this before. Now again, and it all sound foreign. It sound weird. It didn't sound like it was like it makes any sense. And like, what's the point and all this, that, and the third. But when it all is broke down, if you're able, and hear me out, if you're able to play Halo 5, Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, I'm just trying to think of I'm just going to put those games right there because there's tons of games that are not playable on PC. If you can make a console and also have that Xbox app work to where you can play, I can play Halo 5 on my PC. Are you kidding me? I'm sold. For PC gamers who haven't had a chance to play Lost Odyssey, and Lost Odyssey is one of the best RPGs ever made, no doubt. It's a hard game. It is god awful hard sometimes, but for that will attract. Now listen, how PC gamers are going to look at that, how they're going to look at this new console, is going to be looking at the new Xbox, like, hold on, well, maybe I don't even need, since they're doing this whole integrated thing, maybe I can play these games on here. Well, then that means you got to go through the Xbox app. I don't know. Look, I don't know what kind of voodoo magic they're going to be doing to try to make that work. I have no clue. But I know with the console, with what AMD is working on, it's something that has to do with their with how they do these things. Because I know it's kind of like when I did have my old AMD chip, and I used to, and I didn't, and I seen that there was a big difference because I switched to Intel when I made my latest build. Only because I got my monitor, and so I had to, because I was going to get the latest AMD because I like AMD chips, but I went with Intel instead because it was cheaper and I could get more stuff. So I went with that. And so the one thing that I noticed with AMD was that, like, with the older games, oh my God, like, bro, it was not a problem. I had to go through all different types of hoops and everything else to try to play older games. Also, and it was, when I bought the 40 series card, it was new. So, the video is a little bit different on that compared to, and the video was a little bit weird on some of those older games. But AMD's chip made it a lot more accessible and easier to play a lot of those older games that you couldn't play or that was delisted, which, I already owned them, so you can still play those games. So I know the technology is there. I just don't know how Xbox is going to implement it to where you can do it. But that's what is supposed to be labeled that's going to be going on. So again, going back to, I'm jumping back and forth. But with the Halo situation, with the remake, why would I give a damn about that? Like, go ahead. If the PlayStation, if the game cooks on PlayStation, I don't know if it will or not. I mean, I heard the Gears Reloaded didn't do well on PlayStation. Okay, lesson learned. Maybe that'll be one of those things that it turns back to a case by case scenario. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But only thing I can tell you this is right now, for me as an Xbox gamer, to know that I have an opportunity with this new console to play games on my PC or on my PC. Through the Xbox app, or however this thing is going to work, most likely through the Xbox app, to play Halo 5 is going to revitalize Halo 5. It's finally, because there's PC gamers that sits there and that still talks about they wish that they could have got a chance to play it. Lost Odyssey will get more love. Maybe we can sit here and get an opportunity to get a push to maybe get somebody on board to try to make another Lost Odyssey, or give us a remake or something. Or whatever. That's all I can tell you. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, for me, and this is for me, I can't, like I said, this is my thoughts. I don't give two shits about this. I don't give a shit to know. I've already came to the conclusion over a year ago when they put out the 4 games. I knew right there, even though, well, I didn't know right there. I said, well, if they make this decision to go ahead and put in, 70%, 80% of their games on PlayStation and Nintendo and keep the solid ones out, then okay, I'm not tripping about that whatsoever. But I've said that, like, if I see Halo, Gears of Forza, I'm gonna be pissed about it. When I seen Forza, when I seen Forza, I said, oh shit, and I didn't get mad, but I was just like, oh shit, yeah, it's Project Latitude, everything's going, and so then I got content. I'm content. Listen, they made the decision to do what they want to do, and I've said this as well. The Xbox needs to stop listening to these goddamn content creators and start doing what they need to do. Because obviously it didn't work out the way it was planned, because they listened to content creators that were popular at the time talking about, I just want a console. I don't need TV. So they made the Series X. They took away all those cool ass features that was on the Xbox One. They took all those features they took away all the cool features that was in the 360. And then and I'm pretty sure that, like, by the end, if the Xbox One was going to be pushed, it was going to start becoming more like a 360 Xbox One hybrid thing, something that we never seen. The friends and family situation where you could share up to 10 friends and all that cool shit. They killed it. Content creators killed it. The media sit there and bitch and complain. Content creators bitch and complain because for some reason the PlayStation 4 was looked at as just a gaming console, which they're over here promoting powers and all types of shit like that. But no. You can't have cute features to entice non-gamers. What? Why the fuck not? I mean, that's what the PlayStation 2 was about. It enticed non-gamers. It enticed gamers and non-gamers. But for some reason, some odd point, but see, again, like I said, there was people that's juicing the game that was sitting there knowing that they could manipulate and make people think that they're trying to do something nefarious because they're trying to bring in a different dynamic that isn't all that doesn't game like we do. That's not how this shit works anymore. Once PlayStation changed the game with how they brought entertainment to the table, and I mean, that's it. Like, the Nintendo Sega era was cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cooked. So that's how you want to have people in the living room using a PlayStation to watch movies, to play games, to have access. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Let me read some of these comments here. You know what I'm saying? I said, K-Mega, it's simple. Have you tried the dual boot PC? No, and I don't plan on to do it. If you're talking about the controller, well, no, and I don't plan on it. Anyway, I don't know what that is. Hold on. Now, is that a controller or is that is that something else? Oh, hold on. Hey, now, are you talking about, like, now? Okay, we say dual boot. Are you referring to having 2 operating systems? Because I did do that when I came out of computer class. That was many moons ago. I had Linux and I had Windows XP. And now, if you're talking about that, I've done that. But yeah. Now, anyway, so maybe that's what you're talking about. When you said dual boot, I'm thinking about a controller. No. If you're talking about dual boot, if that's what you're saying, that's going into where this whole thing of, well, like I said, this voodoo magic of what Xbox is trying to do with this new console, then okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. So yes. Let's see. Let's go say it. Mechasalt. Yes. Because also within the rumors about this new Xbox, is that backwards compatibility is going to, and they've been saying that for, I mean, it was what it died down, but they said it last year that they were going to that they were reenacting the Game Pass. I mean, the backwards compatibility team or whatever, and they're going to start reworking on some stuff. So, Shallow Elite, he said, Sinzo Elite. He says, yeah, PlayStation Kraken has been impressive. Wu Chang is 16 gigabytes on the PlayStation 5. It looks like Unreal Engine 5 compression is decent now to newer Unreal 5 games have been smaller. Borderlands 4 is 30 gigabytes. That is impressive. That is very impressive. And that's another thing too. Like, he said, well, yeah, and I know that fan is talking about he didn't enjoy the gaming in 2025. Now, I don't know how. Like I said, I've been so pleased with this year. I mean, I've been cool with my gaming experience this whole generation. The start of the generation was a little bit dicey, but then again, I'm sitting here and I'm playing because I had to jump around and play a little bit of everything, because I mean I was playing Miles Morales, I played the Gears DLC. Oh no, there was a couple other games that was right there at the launch. That I didn't hate Godfall. I thought Godfall was pretty cool. I didn't think it wasn't worth no $70. Hell no. So, but it wasn't bad. There was some other games too, like, I thought Medium wasn't bad, but it was shaky. It wasn't the best start for the consoles. PlayStation, I think, overall had a better lineup in the beginning, but by the time it got to 2020, what was it, 2022? It was over. It was over. So it was over. Xbox has been cooking ever since then. I mean, well, first party for 2022, it was Game Pass that was cooking. 2023 and beyond now, Xbox has been roaring. It's been fantastic. So, I don't know. 2021 I would say for me, 2021 was not the best year. It had some cool titles, but it wasn't. I was like, okay, and I'll play anything, but I was just looking at the, just overall, like, yeah, I was just kind of, I was expecting a little bit more, but I was pleasantly surprised about the Gears DLC. That shit, Hivebusters, was insane. I was like, if this is the direction of where Gears is going, I can't wait. It was so good, so good, so good. Anyway, and I really enjoyed Halo. I mean, I'll say Gears 5 too, but man, Hivebusters was, just something very, very impressive. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I forgot, it was Cyberpunk. But see, again, Cyberpunk didn't work for a lot of people. It played fine for the most part on my Series X. And so that kept things going too, because Cyberpunk was that was an elite game. I need to play that DLC. I'm slipping on that. I as much as I love Cyberpunk, I'm slipping. I ain't played that DLC yet. I haven't even seen what it looks like. Good God. But that just shows you how much gaming has been going on here. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, 2025 has been absolutely fantastic, Big Bad Mo. He says, neither did storage great, in my opinion. PlayStation should have made it easier. Xbox should have made it cheaper. No, that part is true. I love the Xbox's thought process of how to do it, the plug and play, the plug in, device. It's crazy how expensive it was. Like I sit there and said, I know Lemon likes to brag and talk about he's right all the time, but that one he was right. So Shout out to Libby. So, you know what I'm saying? So, because sometimes he'll come up and say, like, I never said or agreed with some of the things that he said, or that that's something that I've said that he's never agreed with. It seems like he just comes off and say, well, I said that and nobody else did. Stop it. But on that one, he did. He came out and he was like, that shit gonna be high. Him and PK was like, I did not. I'm like, nah, man, that shit no, they were right. I got cooked on that one. And I got cooked on the run on the Rainway rent a PC thing. I got cooked. I got cooked by everybody on the panel that night. Man, it first started off with Delilah and Delilah clowning me, and then Lemon got in on it, and then just everybody else jumped in on it. Like it was nasty. That was a bad episode for me. If you ever want to go back and try to look at that episode of GRG, I got cooked because I was bragging. It's the future, man. Rent a PC. Rainway, because I had a sponsor. Well, it wasn't so much a sponsorship than a trial that they let me get onto and use, and I was like, man, because it played well, the games did well, and I'm like, okay, this is really really cool. Like for people who can't afford a PC, this is a good thing. And now Rainway is not nowhere to be found. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I will admit when I'm cooked, but you know what? You know what I'm saying? But maybe I should need to be more braggadocious my damn self. You know what I mean? So anyway. So yeah, 2022 was not empty for third party. But it was empty for Xbox. Xbox 2022 was it was like PlayStation's 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? It was bad. I mean, PlayStation 2025 is very, very light. Very light. Elite says, I hope we get Clockwork Revolution soon or a window release. You know what I'm saying? We see Cypher. Good guys. Hivebusters was absolutely fantastic. Andrew Wilkins, what's happening? Thank you for coming through. He says Hyper xCloud, horrible performance tech. It's not bad tech. xCloud is not bad tech. Is xCloud better than Luna? I think Luna is probably the best right now. No. I'm lying. NVIDIA is the best right now. Luna isn't too far behind. And xCloud is good. But it's not on NVIDIA right now. So they still got more work to do on that end. But I mean, I'm not a gamer on the go, but I see the potential in it, and so it needs to happen. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like more options for gamers to get a hold of gaming, because not everybody can get a console, not everybody can get a PC. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That but people do have access to online. So what in the hell? Why do people sit here and try to be so goddamn selfish and only want their shit to just be the same way for them, but then don't implement or think about other people? That's I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tragic to me how so many people have gotten into this phase of wanting this thing. Well, it's all about just me. Gaming is about all of us, right? So how is it that it's just need to be about what all you care about? That's some weird shit to me. It really is. Lemon made a Game Pass song. I did not hear it. I don't know. Let him cook. Let him cook. He says I'm in more than 2 minutes, man. Let's see. PlayStation streaming really has improved over the years. I enjoy using it at times, and that's cool. That is cool. Ain't nobody. Listen. I mean yeah. The technology has gotten better for everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? And I have not used PlayStation streaming at all since, oh my goodness, what was it called? I forgot what it was called when it first came out on the PlayStation 4, because I signed up for it. I jumped in it. And then I was just like, this is awful. This is terrible. But again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everything has gotten improved. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. And I guess from like, yeah, when you're using that handheld, I mean that is streaming from that, right? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care anything about no handhelds. Xbox handheld, anybody's handheld. Like, would I get it if it was affordable? Yes, but it's not something. I'm not paying $1,000 for something that I'm not going to play with that much. So it's not that. So that's the thing. If it was $500, I would have been like, okay, I'll cop it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I treat myself to it just because it's an Xbox product. I'm not paying no $1,000 for no Xbox product that I'm not going to be utilizing enough, right? So back to that. So my last point on the Halo thing, and then I'll kind of talk more about the new Xbox. Okay. That's it, man. I'm really not tripping about it. I mean, listen, if this brings more Halo players to the game, I'm cool with that. I'm not tripping. I'm like I said, it's the point of, I thought, and I really did. I really thought that I was going to be more pissed off than I have been. I really, really, really did. I really did. The worst thing that I've gotten pissed off about was to me was getting rid of the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush. I was not a fan of that. I was more pissed off about that than I am about Xbox games going to PlayStation. Because I mean, from how our vision of this was that if Xbox was started to go this third party route, that means Xbox was cooked. There was no more Xboxes coming. The Xbox was about to give up the game and just turn it to Sega. That's not what's happening. So I'm looking at the strategy and I'm like, is it really bothering me like that? And it hasn't. I was more like looking at old dude wearing the PlayStation shirt as cringe more than I thought about a Xbox game going to PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? It also shows me that the PlayStation community that always bitch and complain about Xbox has no power over me. They really never really did. Only when they started to be extra insulting and try to be crazy about shit and threaten family and try to threaten me and shit like that. But no, but just on the whole scheme of things, and when they talk that little cute shit about like, you know, Xbox is dead, Xbox this, that, and I'm sitting here just laughing, and I'm gaming or doing the streams or sitting here and you know, enjoying life. It never really affected me to that point, you know, to where I just would get angry about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe a little spicy, yeah, but angry. So I know, and so I'm not. So that's the thing, and PlayStation stands want you to be mad so bad. Cry, Xbox. No, I'm gonna be playing this goddamn Ninja Gaiden. I'm gonna be in here now. If this was, let's say 2021, or I mean, let's say 2022. Where the gaming was very light, the Xbox first party was very light, and then Xbox did all this other crazy shit with raising the prices to Game Pass, and then they're putting everything on third party. Then that probably would I would be hot. I probably would join Kids Move on the diss track, but it hasn't been that way. It hasn't. It's not like that. It's been absolutely fire. I'm like, what the fuck am I bitching? What are y'all bitching for? Now I'm not talking about like PlayStation gamers. I'm not gamers, but content creators. That's all they have is to sit there and talk about Xbox. Lots of them, not all of them, of course. There's millions of content creators out there. But lots of them, they don't even play games like that. They don't even play games like that. So they gotta have Xbox to demean in some way, shape, or form. Lord have mercy, if Xbox went away, what would happen to them? That would be it would you know what? It would be a curse, but a gift. Because then we would have these weirdos out of here. Because they wouldn't have no content. They don't play games like that. Like dudes in here talking about going into other people's looking at gamer scores and all that shit and trophies and everything and seeing what their games account. And then you look and see what kind of games these people play. And it's usually probably their kid playing these games so they can actually look like they got some goddamn trophies or something. It's maddening. So yeah, if they went away, it would be a much more harmonious, joyful, just great gaming experience, or just listening to gaming from a more logical standpoint. But Xbox isn't going nowhere. He said, okay, Xbox fans don't everything. He said, I see what you type often in live chats. What do I type in? Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. He's like, there you go, Husky. He says, I thought he was referring to everything, but thanks for clarifying. Oh, okay, y'all talking amongst yourselves. So he says, it's time to admit free to play is a juggernaut. Yes. Halo franchise fell off bad, so Xbox fans shouldn't trip on it being multi-plat now. Bro, PlayStation can't make a online game, so thank God that Xbox is saving them to have something to play online. Come on. And I don't and see, when we talk about fell off bad, this is what I find that's cute. Falling off bad is Concord. Falling off bad is canceling games that had hype and intrigue as like the Last of Us multiplayer, right? That's falling off bad. But when you sit there and you still have millions of players playing a game, or let's just say hundreds of thousands of players playing a game, I don't see that as being falling off bad. Because from my understanding is that Halo Infinite, regardless of it, that it hasn't outsold Halo 5, it still was successful. It still made its money back. From all indications. From all the indications from what I've heard, it made its money back. And what, it put what, anywhere $250 million into the game? I don't know how that's falling off bad. I mean, you could talk, people can make all their talks about the decision making of games or stories or multiplayer or whatever. You can talk about that, but saying falling off when a game is still being played by people all over the world, has a tournament, people engage. I don't know, man. That's not falling off. If you know what I'm saying, like I just said earlier, if you want to keep that claim, then so did Gran Turismo, because Gran Turismo doesn't sell nowhere near the same as what Gran Turismo did. But I would not say that, because Gran Turismo is like I said, title that's been around for as many years as it's been around. That's a testament. So Halo is Halo making the numbers that it did during the Halo 1 through 5? No, but it don't matter. It don't matter as long as it's making numbers and they're making their money and they're making more Halos. So that's telling you right there, if they're continuing to make more Halos, then it obviously isn't as bad as what you or others that might want to project it to be. It's not. Reality, your perception of reality is skewed, brother. It is not the same. It is not the same. You might not like management. You might not like the stories. You might not like this, that, and the third. I mean, think about this for the second. With The Last of Us 2, there was a lot of people that hated that fucking story. I thought the ending was absolutely dumb. Absolutely dumb. Ain't no way I would have let that chick live. But I didn't write the story. Thought the game was good, though, in the sense of combat, stuff like that. But again, it's opinion. They're still going to make another Last of Us, right? So, I mean, come on, man. Stop it. Let's stop that. Yeah. So, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what 343, and again, it's like what I've said before. 343 Cook, do what you got to do. Stop listening. Make the game that you want to make. Because obviously, going back to Halo for a hot second, I see people that was bitching about the clamor. I mean, about running and clamoring. Like I said, what I want to see is what I want to do is run and sprint and shoot the hell out of Covenant. I want to I can't wait to show that gameplay so I can piss these purists off. It is absolutely disgusting at this point of how many people bitch, complain, moan, and groan. If you're mad about gaming all the fucking time, then why are you gaming? Maybe gaming isn't for you. Maybe you need to get into rock collection, or maybe look and try to travel or something. I don't know. Maybe you need to hunt for gold. Find something else to do, because obviously if gaming is going to put you in a position to where you're this angry, you're this pissed off, then it isn't for you. There's no damn way that a game that came out 20 some years ago, that those controls need to still be played in 2025, or when the game drops in 2026. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you think anybody wants to go back and play Echo? When Echo first came out, and play those controls? Are you kidding me? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, off of that. A little bit more about the new Xbox. Collect stamps. I know. Thank you, Michael Turner. Big Memo said Halo multiplayer, especially ranked, is the best competitive shooter, period. There's nothing like that. MMC is at 6K on Steam, while Infinite is at 2K. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That is fine. Now, wonder what that Halo 5 would have been. There would have been way more people on Halo 5. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, but that's fine. Okay, so you're telling me about Steam numbers. What is the Xbox numbers? What is the Xbox numbers? You can't tell me about Steam numbers and not give me all the numbers. You know what I'm saying? It is on Steam 6K and you got 2K. What is the Xbox numbers? What is the Xbox numbers? Because that shit could be 6K on 6K to 10K on for Infinite on Xbox, and it could be 2K on for Master Chief Collection on Xbox. And then then what's the point then? I don't know. All these little funny, little cute ways of how people like to jump and pick and choose of how to get a winning argument when they don't have a legitimate one isn't winning. You're not winning it. What is the Xbox numbers? That's what I need to see. Show me the Xbox numbers, and then you combine that, and then we can do that. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because all I can tell you is that, hey, people are still playing it. It's still holding tournaments. They're still adding content. I don't know. I don't know what I mean. We're talking about a game that came out what 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Still holding on, still have a fan base. Hey, it's cooking. I don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, hell, a lot of us would. I don't know. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I long going back and playing old games on old consoles. Base PS5 has an 8K60 game. Oh my God, there they go. Halo 5 at over 100 frames per second would be amazing, brother. It would be absolutely delicious. I could not. Oh man, just give it to me. Give it to me. Xbox, let this glorious new box give me that option, because it'll get to where I can play Halo 5 on my PC, play it everywhere. Oh. Oh my God. Anyway, okay. Yeah, and I'm interested to see what Halo's going to do with their new multiplayer. I mean, when you think Fortnite, people are thinking, building and all that stuff. Like, but what they're talking, it's going to be just a live service game to where they can implement all different types of things. And if they do what I'm thinking, what I hope that they would do, like I said, you cook and do whatever the fuck you want to do at this point, because you know, but they can make a multiplayer Halo game that's always online. Or I should say that's a, kind of like they say in the Fortnite style or whatever, to where they can implement everything. And that's it. Give us Halo Infinite, give us a Halo 5, give us a Halo 4, give us Halo, give us the old school Halo, and let it all happen. And then you can have forges where you have it all meshed up. You got meshed tournaments and meshed this, that, and the third. And if those little folks want to be isolated in their own little old ass Halo world, let them be there. Let them be there. Ain't no problem. I'll jump in a little bit, shoot them, get the fuck on out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going back. If you can give me some Halo 5 multiplayer, you just implement all that stuff into one. You ain't got to worry about dealing with the story modes. You can just separate Halo like that. Then do it. But like I said, do what you need to do. I don't know. Just do something. I just need some new Halo. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with, it's great. Yeah. But like I said, I need some new Halo. I need something else. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's happening on with the GOAT Atriox. I need to know what's happening. I need to know what's going on. I need Shadow Team. I need Blue Team. I need Red Team. I need Team Osiris. I need them all. God, I need Shadow Team. I need them all. God damn it. I need Red Team. Where I need everybody. I need to flood back. I need all the good shit. I need to know what's happening in the story. I need some future story shit. I've already lived this. So hopefully the 3 missions will tie into whatever they're going to do with a new Halo story mode. So that's cool. So anyway. You know what I'm saying? AKTVs are less than 5,000. I don't know what's going on there with this conversation where people are going. He says, I honestly think people underestimate how smart Mark Cerny is. Nobody said Mark Cerny isn't smart. You know what I'm saying? But again, but this is the thing too that trips me out too. We're gonna see how this is, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I really cannot wait to see how these consoles all, because they're going to be different, and this will be good for everybody. This will be good for everybody. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Going into that point, there was some crazy stuff that happened, I guess the other day, in regards to Tim Dog Crap Mooch on Crossfire, and I guess there was I've seen the Nib dude's postings. I don't know nothing about him, and then there was another guy there. I don't know nothing about him either. But they were going in a tangent about, it was a clip about them talking about Sarah Bond. Now, I'm going to say this first. There's nothing wrong with sitting there criticizing, a person that you're not happy with because of the direction of where you feel that company is going, or their job performance, or anything about that. Everybody has the right to sit there and to criticize that aspect of it. I mean, that's just, that's our right as a customer. That's our right as a person to sit here and to just say, look, that person ain't doing a good job. That person needs to be fired, or that person just don't know how to handle the business. That's if other people agree or not. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with being opinionated and giving your thoughts about how you feel about that particular person's actions on the job. Where this shit gets out of hand, and like I said, I've worked with these guys. You know, I just sit there and was just talking about this, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. It's like, I'm like, man, Tim Dog, he's always been good to me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when I met Phil and everything and all that, like Tim Dog was right there, you know what I'm saying? He showed me around when I went to my first E3 and all that. So, like I said, I got love for Tim. But I can't co-sign that bullshit. Tim, you out of fucking bounds. Tim, you can't do no stupid shit like this. I don't know if this has always been you, because if it is, then I can fuck with you. But Tim, that's not what I've ever, when I've sit there and the times that I've worked with you, the times that I've talked to you, the times that we've sit there and we've chatted, that ain't how I perceived you or whatever. And like I said, like even with Mooch, I mean, I don't have a lot of interactions with Mooch or with crap like that. I kind of took crap for what crap was. Crap's right wing, the MAGA guy, what I'm saying, and it's in the South area, what I'm saying, in the areas in Florida, whatever. What I'm saying? So I took that for whatever the gram saw. So when he says those type of things about this, that, and the third, it's just that right wing talking point bullshit, right? So that is or whatever. We on different sides of the aisle. That's what it is. I take it as that. But there's one thing that I will not tolerate. I will not excuse. I don't give a fuck if I like you or not. You're not going to sit here and demean people because of fucking something stupid or as irrelevant as gaming in that sense. Gaming can be looked at as a positive thing to help people get through depression, loneliness, those type of things is where gaming is special. But when you sit here and you use a platform to demean a human being, that shit is subhuman behavior. That's childish. It's dumb. It makes you guys look fucking irrelevant. And I mean that. There is no way in God's green earth should you sit there and say, and see again, it would be different if you kept the same energy with, like, let's say Shannon Loftus. I know that y'all weren't the biggest fan of Shannon Loftus. I love Shannon Loftus. Some of y'all weren't the biggest fan of Bonnie Ross. And right now, like I said, one of the four horsemen, one of the four horsemen of apocalypse who's kind of pushing Xbox to go this direction, Amy Hood, she's probably the most disliked person from a lot of Xbox gamers. But still, what my reason is, they're all white women and they never been said that they slept their way to the fucking top. Y'all never said that trash. But yet the black woman, all of a sudden, has to be the one to sit there that has to go through some shit, has to do that in order for her to get a position in video game, which I understand there's not a lot of black women in high positions, especially when I sit here and I've said this before. You got all these so-called pro-black PlayStation gamers out there, and then they sit there and they shut their fucking mouth like fucking hoes and sit there and then say stand on business and call out because they're supposed to be now PlayStation dudes now. Now, I know that I didn't see everybody's comments. But what are we doing here? This woman's education makes all y'all look like fucking idiots. And yet y'all gonna say that she has to sleep her way to the top? What? Over video games? What are we doing here? This is well beyond being, talking about, like, if you, there's almost like there's a dislike or a hatred. And then, like, so this is the other thing. Cowardly motherfuckers, I can't stand them either. I see the two dudes in there that sit there and said, well, try to throw that PlayStation stand bullshit where they try to deviate by saying, well, hey, don't look at me. I didn't say nothing. And then the other dude was like, hey, you see, when they talked about it, I didn't say nothing. Well, you're just a complicit. You're a coward. How you gonna sit here and you're not gonna say stand up on business? It don't matter. See, this is why this is where I'm in the position where I'm at. I don't get the, a lot of people don't fuck with me. It's because I don't care if you have 1 million subs or if you got one. If you say some shit I don't like, I'm pushing back on you. And I'll challenge you. And I don't care. I did it on BGST. I did it on Next Podcast. I do it on my own podcast. I do it everywhere. I go on somebody as a guest. I did it at Weapon Wheel. I do it everywhere. To the point to where people are like, man, you shut up, you talk too much, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bitch, I do. That's what I'm coming here to do. I'm talking. And you're gonna hear what I gotta say, and if not, then they will tell me not to come back. But you're not going to sit here and disrespect. Out of all the times that I've sit there and I've talked about PlayStation, maybe in a difficult light, you never sit here and make me I demean Yoshida or demean Andrew House or demean anybody. I never did that. What? These people are human beings. Maybe I not like the process of what they've done. I think Sean Layton's thought process about the gaming space is so fucking far-fetched and wrong, but that could be one of the best human beings you've ever met. And I would never sit here and talk about his work ethic. And then for when these cowards went up there and said, well, we didn't hear exactly what he said, what Tim said, or what the fellows was insinuating on the panel. The people just made assumptions. And then you know what Tim did? He doubled down and he went up and started talking about pro women. Xbox has turned to pro women and pro and anti-aging and all this crazy shit. So he doubled down. And I mean, and crap was just a step away from just saying, because he caught himself, because he knew he got his ass in trouble before by saying some dumb racist bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The PlayStation dudes was jumping on his ass because he was saying bad shit about Asian people. And then he was saying, I'm just not going to get myself in trouble. Well, he was going to say that DEI shit. We know what you going to say. We know what the fuck you going to say. Don't be no motherfucking punk. Say it, boy. Say it. Stop hiding. Let us all know. Shit. I'm sick of this shit. These dumbass grifters, 10 years of dealing with that dude that's in the White House right now has brought this motherfucking country into sitting there and getting these motherfuckers out of the rock and making them feel like they're obligated to say some bullshit, some racist bullshit. Listen, I follow my mama's teachings on this shit. Hey, I love Martin Luther King, but I'm on some Malcolm X shit. You say some bullshit to me, you slap me, I'm hitting your ass across the head with a goddamn bat. Ain't no motherfucking playing no bullshit. Ain't nobody running from you or being scared of these prejudiced dogs out here. Sexist. You got a mother, you got a wife. Some of y'all may have daughters. And if they said that wild shit, somebody said that wild shit about your daughters, about your mother, about your wife, about your girlfriend, about hell, even your favorite fucking auntie. I'm defending you for standing on business and defending yourself and defending those women. This is fucking gross. It is not tolerated and it should be not necessary. And I'm glad for the smoke that they're getting. I'm glad for it. Because you don't say shit like that. No matter how much, because at this point, I'm through with all that. Regardless of the love and everything else and all that, fuck that. That was 8 years. That was 8 years ago. Ain't doing that again. You got a bad problem with Xbox that bad, fine. You know what I'm saying? You think that this is the end for Xbox, you know this and that, you going back and forth with dirt and all this about all this shit there and all this, that, and then the third. That's your business, whatever, do the console war and bullshit. That's, you know what I'm saying, and Paris and all that, whatever. But all these personal attacks on people, that shit is unnecessary. Unnecessary. And when somebody will remember, you personally know, I'm calling it out for what it is. That's blatant sexism and racism. That's all this was. Because show me a clip of them saying something bad about, saying something sexist, and racist about any of the white women that was in charge at Xbox. Show it. I know they said some sexist shit, but racist. Never they said they slept to the top though. Never. Never. You don't do shit like that. You don't say shit like that. You don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. He said, and you're right, Curie. Crap was trying to censor because he didn't want to get Mooch in trouble. And it was shocking to me because I'm like, hold the fuck on. Mooch usually would try to wrap that shit up. Like, come on, stop that. So again, just think about what the conversations, what they do outside of the podcast, brother. That's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. It's wrong. It's foul. I can't understand how somebody. It blows my mind. I was just talking to my wife about this not too long ago. I'm like, I don't know how somebody can just wake up in the morning and just hate somebody. Just hate a group of people, hate women, hate themselves. How can you get? I mean, I'm always sitting here and always wanting to demand for better for myself, and I'm hard on myself, but I don't hate myself, and I don't hate people. I don't wake up in the morning and hate white folk. I don't wake up in the morning hating women. I don't wake up in the morning hating Latinos or Asians or anybody else. Hell, I don't wake up even hating my own people. If somebody's doing dumb shit, I'm going to call it out and say, you're doing some dumb shit. You need to slow down. But I'm not waking up and sitting here and thinking about who can I hate today? Let me see and watch somebody go through misery and pain or say the most hateful, fucked up shit to make people feel like they'll justify to make my sorry ass life feel better. How little are you? How small and insignificant of a motherfucker you have to be to wake up to not like somebody that you don't know. That's crazy. How fucked up is your life to where you feel that you are in a position to disrespect people that has worked hard for where they are? Because I mean, this is the thing too. If you flip it off and you sit there and if somebody said that about anybody on that panel on Crossfire that night and said, oh, they slept their way to the top. Slept their way to the top. Well, that's goofy because, I mean, hey, look, then good for them, right? You know what I'm saying? Because as men, we look at it like, oh, well, shit, who the chicks over there slinging ass to sit there and say, oh, well, here, you have a position at this job, right? But they know what they were doing when they were saying that. They know, and everybody knows that too. You're trying to say that this woman had to sleep with who? Phil? Sadia? Matt Booty? The whole squad? To sit there and get a position and be the first black woman to be in a high position in gaming like this? But I when I first heard that, I was so angry at first. I was going to make a stream right then and there, but I didn't want to, because like I always say, I always wait. Now, I didn't do Tuesday because I had other things that I was doing Tuesday. So, and normally because I do my thoughts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I don't know how. I mean, you got that type of shit in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, God damn, like, well, I'm looking, like I said, I can look at people that I look at and say, man, you know what, that dude's not doing a good job in that position. Or that person's making a position, doing that. But I'm not, you know what, but I'm not looking at the color. I'm not looking at if they're gay or if they're straight. I'm just looking at the actions of what they're doing. And if I don't like what I see, what's coming, what they're doing, I'm calling that out. Yeah, right. So I see Sarah Bond as a ruthless corpo like any other corpo person in the business, and that's fine to have that opinion. That's fine. We also got the Blizzard lady as well. She too is. It's talking about, yeah. Okay, so Joby, he says now, what if Sarah and Microsoft together file a lawsuit against the entire podcast for defamation of character? That shit would be disgusting. No, and that's the thing. And see, and that's why I say you're small and insignificant, because she could. But see, there's things that, like, I've been taught. Like I said, my mom, she taught me, listen, You know, that Martin Luther King way of sitting there, you get slapped and you turn another cheek. That's not how you do that. On my other side, with my grandmother taught me about have empathy for racists and have empathy for people who have hate in their heart. Show a different way, a different path. And then my grandfather's like, man, fuck it, all the above. If they get too out of bounds, you know what I'm saying, show your ass. If they sit there and if they're willing to talk to them. If they're sitting there, you know, if you know that they're weak, or you know, if they're somebody that's being out of bounds, that's a woman, you don't put your hands on no woman, no shit like that. But all the fucking above. And we're talking about, you know, especially with my grandfather and my grandmother who lived through Jim Crow. So I know the dog whistles, and listen, I seen East post, you know, tag me in something yesterday because I risk it. I don't know too much about risk it. Like I said, I'm not here to sit there from the I don't know, because ignorance is ignorance. You know what I mean? Like he said, I don't see what Tim and them said was so bad. I'm trying to understand it. And he's not from the United States, I don't believe. And so therefore he may not get it. That's what I'm saying, is ignorance. And I'm not meaning that word ignorant in a bad way of just saying you just don't know. That's what ignorance is. I'm ignorant about a lot of things, right? So we all are. But the thing to me is this, is that that's a dog whistle that's in the United States, and it's really been prevalent right now. I mean, we got to keep this motherfucking shit real in a buck. And I know, Tashawn, you might not like this, but it is already political. Sorry, brother. You know what I'm saying? When you sit there and you hear Trump bring up about shit about DI hire and all that. First, it started off with the critical race theory shit, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what critical race theory was that colleges and some high schools were teaching kids about the atrocities that happen in the United States. You know what I'm saying? What happened to black people? What happened to Irish people? What happened to Italian people? There was Italian people's getting hung too because they weren't looked at as pure white folk. That look that shit up. History is a motherfucker. That's why I love history. Also, you got Native Americans, Asian community, Latino community. Like, I mean, that's what critical race theory is, just showing that, look, America should never go back to the times of where there should only be one group of people getting treated better than anybody else, because that's not what America is. America is a melting pot, and that's why America is revered, or was revered, because it's so diverse. And it wants to keep the country as diverse because the country is diverse. Regardless of what some people may think. I mean, the majority here in 20, what is it going to be, 2030, 2040? The majority of people in this country will not be white. And okay, that's fine, right? But to some people, that's not fine. And then you go into, when you got the critical race theory, then you got it turned into whatever crazy shit. And then now it's DI, anti-woke, whatever bullshit, right? And now, and this is the funny thing, because I can remember when gamers used to come out and be so adamant about politics not being in the gaming. And every time you look around, it's politics always in gaming. And the people that keeps talking about identity politics are the motherfuckers that's bitching and saying everybody else is talking about it. That's what's crazy. I don't hear anything from people that are, you know what I'm saying, that's just want to be talking about gaming and sitting there, it's bringing up about trans people. Every motherfucking time it's some right-wing weirdo that's grifter that's sitting here talking about games that don't even play games, and is hoping to, and showing the few trans people that works out there for a game that game should not be bought and supported. See, but this is the stupid shit too, and that's what people don't really comprehend. Is that when they're over here pointing out this 1, 2, 3, maybe let's say 50 trans people in that works on this game. Okay, what about the hundreds of people that works on these games? And let's just talk about the people that you're supposed to be trying to cater to. Listen, what about the white man, who's a traditional Christian white man who has, you know what I'm saying, that has a traditional family that's worked on that same game? You're saying fuck them too. Don't support their game. These people are fucking disgusting, bro. They're sick. Like I said, they're subhuman. They're not even their logic, their mindset of just hate and other people just do it because they just want the money, because it's a hot topic right now because of the climate of where we at in our country and in certain places in the world. There's some people that just really feel like they're better than others. Well, bitch, you're not. Let's just keep it 100. If you're sitting here and your whole point of view is saying, if you're afraid that a woman's going to beat you out of a job, well, maybe, motherfucker, you're just not as good as that woman. If you're worried about that person of color is going to beat you out of a job, you might not just be that good at that job. See, the way that people come in, they try to perceive things to you is to say, oh, hold up. We're going to say because you've been mistreated because you need to have confidence, or you need to be arrogant with your confidence. Nah. If you're going into a job, and let's just say that job, confidence is where you go in here and say, man, I'm going to be the best interview. I'm going to give the best interview that I've ever given. And I'm going to make that person understand that I'm the best person for this job. Compared to you're going to sit here and look at the people in there and you're going to already base yourself of losing because you're intimidated by a black woman, you're intimidated by a lesbian, or by a gay man, or by a Native American or Asian person in that room. Anytime that I went for a motherfucking job and I seen multiple people in that room, I'm looking like, well, shit, I'm coming out with this job. Most of the time, it happened. Other times, it didn't. Maybe I wasn't that way. I wasn't ready for prime time. But it isn't because you think that you're supposed to have some kind of fucking privilege. And that shit is sickening. It's sad. And you're saying that, and you're saying, well, Mega, does it all coincide? Yes, it all coincides because of the shit that they listen to, the filth that they listen to make themselves get brainwashed to think that they are, for some reason, in some kind of world where they're lesser, or that they're not as fun or popular. They made themselves into that by crying. They sound like the motherfuckers that keep crying about Halo being, having sprint and that can clamor. It's crazy. Just, what are we doing? So, it's sad, man. At first it hurt my feelings in the sense. I mean, I ain't been that hot in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I tend not to try to keep, I was like, oh, no. But then I was like, nah. And then I had that point of just being sad. Like, fuck. Why? When did it get to that point for them to where they felt like that needed to be said, or that needed to be for them? They really thought that person, or or whoever, because that obviously, if you say that about her, then you say that about a lot of other people that aren't like you. And you got this perception now that people that goes to fucking Yale, bro, ain't nobody dumb in Yale. Now they may have maybe a dumb, crazy thought process about how the world should be ran or some shit like that. But ain't nobody dumb going up into Yale. And the woman worked at Microsoft for 10 years. The woman earned her keep, just like Shannon Loftus earned it, just like Bonnie Ross earned it, just like Kiki Wolfkill. But see, they used to say shit about Kiki Wolfkill too, and I used to defend Kiki, as I still do. As I got to defend Bonnie Ross. Love Bonnie Ross. She was trying to change Halo into something bigger than what some people don't want Halo to be. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not going to ever, I have a daughter. My daughter is going to college for law school. And listen, man, I just sit there and to say, if somebody say something bad about a woman to that degree, you're a sick fuck. You're sick. You're sick. You need help. Because like I said, you got a mother. You got a mother. And women do so many hard things out there. Like I said, man, and why I'm saying, like, why you? I mean, I know men work hard too. Shit, I'm a man. Shit, I know what I've fucking done, working my ass off, doing the shit that I've done, and had to push and grind and every fucking thing. I know what men do, but I also know what other people do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what women do and what women have to go through the struggles and handle that men don't. And I just like, man, you can like I said, you can say that Sarah Bond is not doing a good job for Xbox. If that's your opinion on what she's doing, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody tripping you about that. But to make this claim, and if you and let's make this point clear, I wouldn't probably be as long on this if you said this about Amy Hood or whatever, but I would still sit there and defend Amy Hood, regardless if I'm like, damn, she's a demon when it comes to her thought process on, hey, Xbox, give me my motherfucking money. Like I said, she could be sweet as pie. Not going to talk about the woman's, her position on what. Obviously, she's well qualified and versed to do the job. But I would defend her, just like I said. I've defended Amy Hood, just like I defended Shannon Loftus and others. And they were saying, well, you defend white men? I defend white men. I got Phil Spencer's a white man. Shit. I defend Phil all the goddamn time until I can't. Until I say, goddamn Phil, you fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's not about color with me. It's about just right and wrong. It's about being real and accepting just people. Like, I don't care what the fuck you do in your privacy as long as you ain't harming children or hurting old folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this shit is crazy to me. And this is gaming, and we don't need to be going this deep into the weeds to sit there and I shouldn't even have to talk about this. But because I've worked with these fellas, you know what I'm saying? I've sit there and I've communicated with them. We've had talks, and like I said, it's not Carlin, like we have, I'm saying with Tim, and then we had dinner and shit like that or whatever, and hung out at E3 and stuff like that. And on occasion, I've talked to Tim, through TikTok or whatever, just small talk. But I'm glad for Tim's weight loss, because I'm on my weight loss journey. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I've lost quite a bit, and I'm still fighting for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm saying, so I'm happy for him for that aspect, but something got lost in there. And I hate that for the brother. I do. And if it was always there, then goddamn it, that's a goddamn shame. You know what I mean? And because Xbox shouldn't have you feeling this way, no matter what the fuck is going on. And you shouldn't have no hate for women or for anybody like that. If you had problems with something personally in your life and shit like that, listen, I've gone through some bad relationships too, where you look like, and you like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna be parking lot pimping for the rest of my motherfucking life. But I ain't gonna ever still hate no woman because of an ex or for whatever. I don't know, whatever, if that's the case. I don't know. Ain't none of my business. But all I'm telling you is this: whatever that there was, it is not there. You can't be that. You need to apologize. You fellas need to apologize and need to get back into the good graces of just being good human beings. Fuck the gaming community. That shit's irrelevant. Fuck the gaming community. Just being good human beings and understanding what you said was fucking stupid. It was wrong, and it was not. Just wasn't good. Just wasn't good. So, yeah. So, I don't understand it, guys. It's one thing to be a pony, but but if you're defending what he said, that's crap. Yeah, no, that's you can't defend that. And like I said, those cowards that was on the panel with him, I don't give a fuck. You can say what you want to say. I don't care. But I don't know you motherfuckers. You say what the fuck you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? Because like I said, I clap back. You're cowards. You should have said something. And nobody's telling you to fight with Tim and them and that. And listen, but what the one guy who had the smaller channel, Why he said, well, you see, I didn't say nothing. Well, see, you're thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about just the broader picture of that, like, because you knew, everybody on that panel knew that that shit was wrong. That's the thing. Everybody on that panel knew what they said was wrong. Everybody. They knew it. They knew it. You know, that's you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for times that when somebody that went a little bit off the rails on GRG, hey, calm that shit down. Stop it. Nope. Slow your roll. We don't do that. We don't do that here. That's what real ones. That's what leaders do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't sit there and let it. Listen, somebody got a grievance to let off. I mean, Viper had something he wanted to get off his chest, and he got it off his chest. He was you know what I'm saying? He was passionate about it and shit like that. There's nothing wrong with having some passion or whatever and saying what you had to say. Like I'm saying, if Tim and them is just in there dogging out Xbox, saying everybody needs to be fired, everybody needs to go, Xbox is gone, Xbox is done, Xbox content creators, they all rest and piss and they need to just go away. Okay, cool, whatever. That's cool. That's it, right? But no, man, we got to do better as that. The borderline dude, the Borderlands dude is white. I don't care about it. He released a broken game. Absolutely, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I like Pitchford sent out a broken ass game and then sit there and get pissed off because people were saying, look, man, you're asking for us to pay this type of money for this game and this game is not properly working. Look, I stopped playing. Like I was lucky because the game was running really well for me. I thought I was like, oh shit. Well, I said I hate that for gamers because if people remember, I was showing gameplay of it, of me playing. I mean, like I said, I got like 42 hours into it, and I was having a blast. Game is fun as hell. But then when I got that patch, I said, what is happening here? And now I see what everybody else was going through, and so I haven't played it since. So I'm just kind of like, this is awful. Like, what do you? And so, yes, Randy Pitchford should be cooked for that. That you don't sit there and start telling people that they should pay more for games, and then you're offering a pitiful ass product, and then getting mad by saying, well, this, that, the third, we got to do this, we got to do, hey, well, fuck it, get a refund. You know what? And now you're selling your game cheap because now you gamers is spoken like, nah, man, this shit, and especially when you're looking at games like this. No, is it the same type of game? No, it's not. But Ninja Games running great. Ninja Games running great. There's other games running great out there. Hell, Battlefield's patch, Battlefield 6 patch. That's a multiplayer game. Hell, got like all types of destruction and everything. It was running really good. Hell, that new patch, I played a little bit of it. I'm like, damn, it's running better. That's what you do. You sit there and you go all out for the customer. Let them know that they feel important. Not the I'm like, come on, man, don't be sitting up here on your high horse because you made a good game, but damn, that don't mean that you got to be disrespectful to the people that's help keeping your lights on. Or maybe because you got enough money to where your lights will always stay on, but then yet you want to disrespect those people that helped you get to the position that you're at. That's some dog shit. So, yes. And again, as a white man, you see, I ain't saying nothing about him being, I'm just going about off of what's in the comments that he was like, I'm just talking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Kojima's shit is weird. He makes some really pretty ass games. He got some really crazy ass ideas. Sometimes I just can't get into Kojima's the way he do things. But anything else that's personal about Kojima, I can't say. The only story that I got is the one what happened with Super G. But again, I don't. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, you never will hear me say anything bad about the man job or the way he got his position or what in the fuck. Like, I just don't get it. Like, criticism is criticism. Like, people can criticize me. You don't do enough content. You know what I'm saying? You should have a bigger channel. Well, okay, have those criticisms. I don't give a fuck. You can have them. But also know that I like my mental space. I like my peace of mind. I like my peace of mind. And I know that like on Twitter, I'll sit there and I'll see I got shadow hacked or whatever the heck. Well, I don't people don't get to see all my shit or whatever, and that's fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. My thing is for me is that if I don't speak my truth, then why am I doing this? And if I can't sit there and give up my thoughts, why am I doing this? But also, I will always try to keep it respectful. Even as many times as I've gotten into it with people on social media, I always try to keep it above the fray. I don't try to lower rate and call people names or anything like that. Now, somebody might say, well, you called them subhuman. That's subhuman behavior. That's different. You're sitting here talking about somebody in a bad way, and then you have these type of dog whistle talking points. That's subhuman. That's not the way that we're supposed to be as a people. We're supposed to be modernized. You know what I'm saying? Like you check the merits of that person's like they say with character, but you check that person on their merit of how they're doing their job. If you don't like it, that's fine. All that other shit is stupid. Anyway. He says, DJ Bertledot says, yeah, Kay, not enough GRG in the month. Sorry, brother. Once a month, man. Once a month. Hey, you better thank the team, because I was done. Like I said, I was out of there. I was over there. There was no more GRG. You would get my thoughts, and like I said, I want to do my streaming, and that's about it, man. And I'm just keeping it pushing. That's it. But you know what I'm saying? I do love GRG. I love doing it, but it's just the thing of like, you know, hey. You get tired of dealing with, you know, people wanting to say that they want to be down for something, then they don't, then they want to come in when they want to come in and all that. Man, come on now, listen. I could just do the shit myself, not even worry about nobody else. So that's the thing, is it's like I just, you know, and a lot of podcasters do that and had to go through that and still go through that. I mean, hell, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you get the mental health aspect of it. You know what I mean? You got to step away and take breaks, because people will tend, like, because all the time, like, okay, so like, there was an old video that I posted a long time ago, and it got a lot of attention or whatever. And I posted it on Facebook years ago. All of a sudden, because of YouTube's algorithm, they're asking me about old videos that I guess maybe that was flagged or whatever because of music or maybe the topic or whatever, because I mean from like 2020, 2017. So like, okay, so there was this one that I just posted epic. Well, that was 2019, 2020 when I posted that, when Xbox got Bethesda, and the video was of from Endgame. Well, it is funny because I read a couple of comments on it. It was like, oh, this is aged like wine, blah, blah, blah. This is aged like sour milk. And I'm like, you act like I just posted this shit. Whatever, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? So it was great when I posted it, and it's still great. You know what I'm saying? It was good. It was a good video. So again, and then like that was another one I talked about, Trayvon Martin, and stuff like that. Like, and I was just, it's weird. It's just weird. YouTube has got on some weird shit. I don't know. It is what it is. But I love doing content, you know, but it's on the same time though, this stuff where these people are getting out of hand with all this different where people say that they don't want to get into these deep discussions like that. It's all over the place, and it's inevitable. And so sometimes you just gotta speak your truth, and then people can like it, people not, people can unsub, people can sub. It is what it is. But like I said, here you getting all of me. You're not getting no fake shit. I'm always gonna give you my opinion on how we feel. If people want to disagree about it, I'll read the comments and we go from there. You know what I mean? That's it. So and that's it. And keep it civil. That's it. He said most of this is because of the ABK deal, not because of DEI. Absolutely. Yeah. So Yobi said he left Xbox. He hasn't updated or been seen on Twitter since 2021. I don't know who that is, but I don't know. Right. Being Kojima doesn't save you from being criticized. So why should other being protected? Nobody should be protected. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, Xbox is the most, it gets the most, they're so it gets the most pushback than any other of the big three. Like, I mean, it's like you have to talk about Xbox. Somebody's got to talk. If something even positive happens about Xbox, there's damn near there's going to be a thousand channels that's going to be talking negative about Xbox, even when Xbox did something positive. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. It makes money, and that's fine. But I don't know. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying, I tend to want to have some goddamn dignity and some and not, you know what I'm saying, listen, I like money just like anybody else, but I have a thing that's called dignity. So if that means that I just ain't gonna make no money on this motherfucker, then I'm just not. Because I'm not gonna sit there and sell my soul for the dollar. It just ain't happening. I got too much integrity for that. Just not. All right, let's see. Yes, skin color shouldn't matter in gaming. This is gaming. That it shouldn't, and it should never be said. It should never get to that point. So yeah, and that's the one thing too. What? Just wait, because I mean, Phil ain't going to be doing this forever, and I think that once this new console comes out here, probably a couple of months or maybe a year or so, you know what I'm saying, Phil's going to step away. He's been in the game for 40 years. The brother sit there and saved the Xbox. You know what I mean? And now it's time for new blood to sit there and take Xbox to a whole nother direction. Sarabon is Sarabon or Matt Booty is going to be the one. I mean, I don't see anybody else coming in there and doing anything. It's going to be probably out of those two. And then we'll see what happens. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I know that it all leans to most likely Sarah Bond, and I hope she gets it. I really do. I really do. You know what I'm saying? But if she sits there and she fucks up, she will get ridiculed. But I will not talk about, I will not be disgusting about it. I'll sit there and say, well, you know, the strategy isn't working very well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? And so therefore it's just, I mean, and if that's the reality, and that's reality, but I guarantee you this, if Sarah Bond is the one that sits there and do this, takes over, and she does well, that'll be the most spectacular thing ever. Because you know what the haters are going to do? They're going to shut up. Now, watch this. If, let's say, Matt Booty gets the job, right? After Phil, who's going to get the blame? Matt Booty or Sarah Bond? Now, there's going to be people that's going to be legitimate and say, oh, Matt Booty, you know, he made the issue. He did this and did that, the third, whatever. But they're going to find a reason to go after Sarah Bond. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that. And that's just the reality of it. And so it is what it is. All right. Let me move on to my last topic and then get the hell out of here. I had to get that off my chest. I knew I was, and you know, flip it, send it, respond back. I don't give a fuck. I sit there and I you know, like I said, I don't watch podcasts like I used to anymore. Just not no disrespect to anybody. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in my own little space. But I did listen to Dirt Griggity. And I saw those receipts that he posted and shit. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. But you know, but it was wild to me because I know what Dirt's going through right now with all the stuff, you know, where people taking personal shots, you know, doing all this other shit, you know, going up. Because I mean, I went through that shit, you know, during 2017 to 2020. And then, you know, how personal it got and how nasty it got. And I see the frustration and it's not like Dirt's going anywhere, but the where. Like, because you're like, man, I didn't come in here to do this shit. I just come here to do my thing, have a good time, you know what I'm saying? You know, and do the shit that I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? We talk shit, but all this personal next level. And I seen the frustration because I've been there. I know it. And I'm gonna just sell Dirt. Brother, keep doing what you're doing. Fuck them. They mean nothing. They need you, and they need others. They need Paris. They need Colt. They need others to sit there and to make their brands seem relevant or stay relevant. They don't have nothing. We know what they don't play the games like they claim to do, and then when the games that they do, they play them on easy, which is nothing wrong with playing games on easy. But then they have the kids play it, they have their friends play it. Hell, I know the game. Hell, I mean, shit, Porter Rock sit there and beat me up on some game on that shit. Like, but he wasn't the only one. But you know what I'm saying? Hell, those motherfuckers that was sharing and doing all types of shit and having other people beat games, and then they was taking the credit for it to make it seem like that they were gaming. So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of frauds in this shit, bro. Like it's a lot of frauds, a lot of two-facedness, a lot of shit. That's why you don't see me talking to people today. Because I do things is different. Like, hey man, listen, and I can't do that with everybody, of course. But if I touch down somewhere, I'll sit there and I'll say, hey man, let's go ahead and have that conversation. And not talking about want to fight or nothing like that, but just like, hey man, what the fuck is all that? Let's talk. I'm a person that likes personal eye to eye conversations, kind of, talking about, and fixing shit. Not online talking on no motherfucking talking online. I mean, this we ain't fucking 15 talking on three-way, trying to hash it out. No. I'm old school like that. Nah, bro. You got all that personal shit to say. Why don't we just go ahead and hash that out, and then it'll be what it be. We'll do what it do. But I mean, what I'm saying? Like, I come with conversation first. Nothing else after that. I mean, anything else after that is whatever. And I'm not saying that to be some kind of tough guy. Shit, I'm an old ass man. But the fact of it is just like, I just know how it is, and it's trifling. There's so many people that try so hard to want to be. There's a big ass pie, and motherfuckers is fighting and acting a fool over crumbs. This big ass pie on YouTube, social media, it is huge. It's mad. Everybody can eat. Everybody can eat and eat well. But these motherfuckers act so stupid over crumbs. Over crumbs that's been on the floor, that's been used up and ain't worth shit. So that's where you at on that game. So like I said, Dirt, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the shit over stress you. Because like I said, I know how it got me. It got me really wanting to go see something, go see some things. Hell, I remember when Kid Smooth was sitting there ready to make a trip. Ready to make a long trip because of the personal shit that was being thrown at him, man. Like it ain't never that serious. And so just keep what you do. You do what you're doing. Hell with the haters and hell with the people that defends. Oh my goodness! I think I stripped this. I'll sit there and tighten that up. And I guess I gotta get. Okay, well whatever. God dang. So I'm gonna pull this up because I stripped this. All right, whatever. There we go. That'll work. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Dirt. Anyway, last topic. More layoffs. More layoffs is happening, and I guess people are still blaming Microsoft for it. I don't know. Let's see. Microsoft Store was broken. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see what y'all guys talking about. He says, I don't know. I'm half Scandinavian, half Native Canadian, and a fourth French Canadian. I like consuming any type of story. Hell, I have 6 books about Shaka Zulu. That's important. That's interesting. He said, I wouldn't be surprised, not going to lie. I don't know why, but it's most likely Sarah Bond, but I have a bad feeling she will fuck it up, and then I'm going to get flashbacks of Don Matrick. I don't see her doing Don Matrick shit. I don't, because Don Matrick would have never done Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Like her and Phil sit there and formed Game Pass. Don Matrick was not about something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're not the same. And the one thing I will say about this whole new direction with Xbox, like I said earlier, it's not it from the standpoint of an old school gamer, it's not a popular look, but it's the necessary look. And you might say, Mega, come on now, no, it is. Look at what's happening right here. I mean, Amazon closing more. Amazon. We're talking about one of the richest companies in the world closing studios, shutting them down. Richest company in the world. You know, you got, like I said last week, the CEO of Remedy stepping down, stepping away. The game has gotten very, very different. Also, there was an article too, I'll have to get some more information on this too, but this was pretty wild. There's been these developers that's been coming out and just talking about, like, because people have been really pissed off about certain development, like how developers aren't optimizing games properly, not doing this, not doing that, the third or whatever. And so there's some of these older developers that's retired or gone away or whatever, and they're saying, like, look, these people have fired or let go, or we retired, and these people don't know, these younger developers. I'm gonna have to show that story another time when I do my thoughts, so you can see, you know what I'm saying, get a better understanding of the whole read of it. But anyway, in short terms, what was said was that the older developers, they either left or they got fired or replaced, right? And these younger developers don't know how to utilize the same skills that the older developers did. So that's why you have the problems within gaming the way that we do. Now, there's two sides to this story, of course, right? All right. One, if you're an older developer and then you got somebody that's coming in and they're replacing you, you're not going to like that. And you're going to be like, you know what? The hell with you. Figure it out. But then you're also going to have the older developer that could probably try to teach the younger developer, and you might have that young developer trying to say, I know enough, I don't need your help. And you could also have a situation to where the older developer don't even have the opportunity to, because he's already let go, and because the younger hire is cheaper, those publishers is probably just let them go and saying, oh, that's fine, it's all the same. And that just shows their incompetence of not understanding what's at play and what's important. And then you also put into the perspective of AI now, and that's supposed to be the savior of everything. And good luck with that, I guess. And it makes for some weird shit. And case in point, all right, before I came in a DM that I'm usually in quite a bit. I was watching. I seen. I think it was Post Up that posted it. Of a new basketball game that's coming out. It's called Run It Up, something like that. It's called something, Run It or whatever. And it's kind of like it. It looks kind of like what oh my God, NBA Streets was like, right? But the animations and graphics was okay, but the graphics is okay. It's cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the graphics will look a lot better in person. They didn't look bad or nothing, but it just, you know what I'm saying, it was just a little different, you know what I'm saying, which is fine. The graphics I'm not like overly tripping about, but the animations look stiff. And I know the game is not out yet. The game ain't coming out until next year. But the game looks stiff. The animations look like they were showing a play where I don't know if it was Luka or if it was Giannis, did a spin move, and it was so choppy and slow, and it just didn't look good compared to when you looked at a game like NBA Street, and it was one of the best basketball games you could ever play. The animations on that game was absolutely sick. And so that comes to my point of like, and like I said, I'll talk more in detail about it probably Thursday. Is that, well, that's today's Wednesday. How damn, tomorrow then. I'll talk about tomorrow. Is that it's like, hold up. Is there something to that? Is definitely, because I mean, it could be looked at as that there's the old devs is, you know, they're past their time and they just wanted to complain because, you know what I'm saying, it's a new generation of devs out there. But we do have a serious problem with how games are run and optimized, and you see people complain about all the time about, hold up, man, we just, like they'll show old games of how the animations were for that old game, but then for a game that's out here in 2025, what's the problem? So that could be something, to be paying attention to and to look into, and so we'll discuss it. But anyway, back to this layoffs, and I'm just saying, like, man, it's our economy is not in a good space right now. But this push for AI and getting rid of people, man, this is it's not a good look. I hate this for people that's losing their jobs like this. These studios are closing down, but it all kind of coincides to what I was bringing up when I first was bringing up about, like, this new Xbox strategy and how how gamers are looking at the old way of how gaming is. And I've said this quite a few times. We're in uncharted territory, and we don't know how this is going to all play out, but we damn sure know that the old ways of how gaming is not working the way it does, because the way that these corporations want extra money. And people aren't buying these games like that. They're just not. Like, I mean, I just was just talking about, like, there was these grifters that's over here bragging about Ghost of Yotai supposedly not selling well or doing well or whatever the case may be. I mean, the last time that I seen something, it was on par with Ghost of Tsushima, and so I'm like, Tsushima. And so I'm like, okay, well, the game sold very, very well. So obviously, you would want the sequel to sell more, but if the sequel sells the same amount, I don't see that as a fail, especially if you paid less for the game than you normally would. I don't know. But $70 is $70, Jack. People ain't looking at that shit like that. Now, I guarantee you, when that game goes on sale on Black Friday, that game's going to cook. So it's just people are getting priced out. Things are just too expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got a $1,000 handheld. They're talking about this new Xbox. I'll talk about that more, about like the pricing of whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the actual pricing, but Sarah Bond did say, hey, look, this shit's gonna be high end. It's gonna be expensive. So be prepared. This is where we're at, and it all kind of flows into one another. Just how AI is going to be like replacing people and all this and the third. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I do hate that for a whole bunch of people. I mean, I just seen what GM. I know that's not part of gaming, but what they altogether have laid off 140,000 people. Man, a lot of people's holidays is not going to be good. So, and that's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate. So anyway, let me read a couple of comments, and then we're going to go ahead and get the hell out of here. What up? Who this? Dirt? Oh, Husky. I was like, oh, okay. I saw you sound like Dirt for whatever. Said, what up, Husky? What's up, bro? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you, but they can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. Say something. Oh.
With Ray Chi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had to jump out because I was leaving work, and I figured I can just hop in real quick.
Yeah.
But just to the point that he was making about like DEI, and he was saying, because he's mentioned he was like half Scandinavian, Canadian, and some other, or whatever the case may be. But for a lot of people, and because he brought up the fact of, he said Amy Hill was for diversity, and she was mentioned, or now she's making, or the small customers or the customers have to pay. And I just, like I said, what I was saying in the chat was, diversity has nothing to do with it. Or like, even if she is for diversity, that has nothing to do with 30% increase. Like that 30% increase, profit increase that they're trying to strive for, is because basically they wanted to shut down, close Xbox or get rid of Xbox for the longest of time. And it's, they keep bringing it back, or it keeps, basically reviving itself in certain ways, or whatever the case may be. But diversity, equity, and inclusion has nothing to do with what's going on with ABK. I mean, with Xbox,
No.
it's basically because of ABK.
Right.
And I know he did mention, like he said, some people see diversity. The thing is, if you hear the word D or the words DEI and you feel a certain type of way about it, you might want to go look in the mirror. You might want to have a reflection of yourself,
Yes.
because, or at least go talk to somebody who knows what it means. Sappho in the chat, because I asked him, do you know who benefited more from DEI? And Sappho pulled it up. White
Yeah.
women and older adults who
White
are
women
the
and
ones
older.
who benefited more.
Yes, the benefit off of DEI. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But see,
Yeah.
but when a lot of non-melanated people hear DEI, they think it's black folks taking something from them, or something is being taken from them.
Right.
And it's
Right.
completely utterly asinine to have that thought. So that was because he mentioned, like, do you think South of Midnight, like, even if South of Midnight was uh was an Xbox game or whatever the case may be, whoever's go buy the game was go buy the game, regardless of whatever it was or whoever made it. Like, the game is still the game. And if you focus on the main character being black, something wrong with you.
Exactly.
Like, it's been
Yeah.
there have been non-white male protagonists in games since the beginning of gaming. It's only now that you see people, whenever it's shown, a game is shown that doesn't have a non-male, doesn't have a white male protagonist, there's an issue of, or there's something, or they pushing DEI, or they're pushing this, they're pushing their woke mess, all because they chose to go a different route with their protagonists nowadays. And I think it's just asinine to think like that. It's just people who think like that, low key either racist or you're a bigot or both. But it just bothers me. It really bothers me when people bring up DEI and they know nothing of what it means, who it actually helped. You just bringing it up. And like I said, I was having trouble. Well, not having trouble. Wasn't able to type all that in the chat. So I just figured I'd jump in real quick and just say my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's fine, brother. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it is clear as day what the agenda is, because every time that they say,
I'm sorry.
I said they know what the agenda is. I mean, they don't know what the agenda is, but the people who are pushing DEI hate or rhetoric, know what they're doing, because every time that they say DEI, they're showing a person of color. They're showing a person of color, or they're showing a trans person or something, which is you know what I'm saying? I mean, people like to be duped, but it is what it is. But all right, man, you got anything else just to add? Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to get out of here my damn self, but.
Oh, no, that was it, man. That's it. I just thank you for letting me hop in, man.
Oh, no,
when
no problem.
When the next episode? I know we're doing. I know it's November about to be here. When we doing this November episode?
Okay, okay. You want to do it? We'll do it on the 14th.
I ain't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, we're going to have GRG on the 14th of November. So that's it. Yeah, you put me on the spot. God dang, man. Anyway, so 14th.
My bad.
Okay. Well, hold on. Wait, I might be wrong. Hold on. Because I think I'm going somewhere on the 14th. Hold on. So it might have to be. Okay, so you pick. I do. I got to go somewhere on the 14th. God damn it. Okay, so it'll be the 7th or the 21st. Which one you want to do?
I out of town on I think the 21st. That following Friday. So we may have to do it that next Friday, like the 7th. To see if everybody okay with that. Well, I think because that's next Friday, isn't it? The 7th?
That's next Friday. Yeah.
Because the only reason, because I don't mind, if y'all want to do it without me, that's fine. But the 21st, I'm gonna be out of town.
Okay, all right. So because I'll be I forgot I got to do something. I got to go out of town myself because my wife's birthday is next week, but she's not celebrating until the 14th. So yeah. Let's just do it next week. We'll do GRG next week.
Okay.
I'll tell everybody. All right, man. All right,
peace, man. Bro. I'll let you later.
All right, man. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So here we go. We over here doing this. He says to country ass K Mega. It do. He said the Scandinavian, Scalavian, whatever. really sound. No, they fucking don't. Fuck it. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, let me be country. I told you all that shit sound. Look at that. Okay, Scandinavian. Yeah. Okay. I was Salavort. Yeah, whatever the fuck that is. Whatever, man. I hate to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your people. Tell them I'm just calling them Sal. My country ass. My bad, bro. Anyway, so. Thank you guys for coming through. All right, so we do have so my thoughts tomorrow. And so Halloween, Friday night. I'm going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stream me playing a goddamn scary game. It's either going to be Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to have my wife with me. So I got to do it. I can't be weak in front of my wife, bro. I can't stream and have my wife around and not do it. So I'm going to stream. Wife going to be there. She's ready to laugh at me and see my ass run out of here. I'm not. I'm going to do this. So come and check me out. If you want to see me scared like a little bitch, I will be there. So be there Friday night. We'll probably do the stream around 9 o'clock, something like that, 9, 10 o'clock. You know, I like to stream late. So come and check me out. We're going to do, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do it. It's going to be either Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8. I ain't even booted up Resident Evil 8. I got it. I mean, hell, I got Resident Evil 4. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't play no scary games like that no more. So we're going to do that. So whichever one. So I'll tell you what. So tomorrow I'll pull up a poll. Pause, and I'll ask you guys which game you want me to stream. Is it going to be Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8? So, you know what I'm saying? I might prefer Resident Evil 8 for that thick ass evil chick, but you know what? Resident Evil 7, when I started it made me cut it off. So it's whatever you guys choose. So anyway, we'll do that. Oh, DJ Berto Da said Outlast. What? I ain't doing that. I think I might have an Outlast. But I ain't, no. Okay, so I'm seeing we all want 7. Oh my God. So 7 must be scarier than 8. Y'all are diabolical. So anyway, I'm going to stream Friday night, Halloween special. I said I was going to do it. I've always been saying I'm going to do some crazy shit. I still haven't streamed a sports game. I'm sorry about that. But we'll do this. We'll get to it, and then we're doing fight night. My kids came through Sunday, and they stayed until about midnight, so there was no fight night. So I apologize for that. But Friday night, we're getting busy. So I will put up the poll and everything and do that. So you guys will come and check it out. And like I said, before I get out of here, go play this great, fantastic 9 out of 10 Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm gonna let you guys see what I do light work on this chick right here. Wow. Look at that, boy. The parry system, boy. Look at that, boy. Woo, 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 woo. Look at that, boy. Parry. Get him, Raven. Plan. Let's go. Yakumo. Get him. Look, she trying. She did pop me that time. Look at that. Boy, look, half her energy already gone. I'm already putting work in. Oh, cop that parry system, boy. Combo defense. Put that. Whoa. She's like, I'm coming with it. Nope. You ain't hit me. Look at that. Look at these skills. Look at these. Boy, this game runs so good. Look at this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at that. Whop. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to charge. Well, look at she coming, ain't she? Whoop. Cut her ass to the white meat. Look at her. Let's go. Look at her. Okay. I said, all right. Let me put a little energy on. Oh, then she's over here like I'm gonna throw some. I'm gonna shoot shit at you. Look at her. Just disrespectful, cheating ass. Look at that. I don't have nothing to throw out. Those little darts. I can't. That darts are trash. I'm like, all right. Let me recalibrate. Let's recalibrate. Look, I'm charged up. I'm ready. Bloop. Come here. Oh, and she said, no, I'm blocking that shit. Look at that. Boop. She's almost out of there. Harder. Look at that, boy. Anyway. All right. So, Let's see. Let's see what you guys here before I get ahead. He says, "Man, I'm cool on the scary games. My heart, bro. I know I'm going to be terrified." The 777. He says, "You ain't going to make it past through the chainsaw grandpa in 7, brother. I don't know. I probably won't." He said, "I almost shit myself on the 7 demo. I'm cool, bro. I'm gonna be terrified, bro. I'm gonna be terrified. That shit. When I played it, it was scary as hell, man. I was like, what has happened to me? I love scary games, but anyway." All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Sorry, I apologize for that I was late, but here we are. We got through it, and now we're gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good, blessed day. I will see y'all tomorrow for another My Thoughts. Peace.